I can't cheer the jury that today found police officer Derek Chauvin guilty of murdering George Floyd, pressing his knee on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes in Minneapolis street as Floyd cried, "I can't breathe." Now I say that because, and despite the fact that that footage was actually so damning, and despite the fact that I know how important it was to find Chauvin guilty of murder. I mean, Floyd's death sparked Black Lives Matter riots right across America that burned and looted many cities, and a not guilty finding would have caused even worse. And others say that a guilty verdict was critical to giving black activists faith in American justice, allowing America to turn a new leaf.
It was a murder in the full light of day, and it ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see. The systemic racism the Vice President just referred to. The systemic racism is a stain on our nation's soul.
But apart from objecting to the excuse to portray America as racist to its core, which I think is right over the top, bottom line is, who can have faith in this verdict, this justice, when even former President Barack Obama today thanked protesters, saying justice was closer because of their work. But justice is actually supposed to be blind to everything but the evidence, so this jury was supposed to be blind to those protesters, particularly ones in Minneapolis, their own city, burning streets of buildings to the ground. They were supposed to be blind also to Vice President Kamala Harris, raising bail money for these same protesters, and blind to the menacing crowd outside their court, and to the razor wire and barricades needed to keep them out, and blind to the attack on the former home of a witness who'd backed Chauvin, and blind to the local Minneapolis Star Tribune, a newspaper which gave identifying details of those jurors, short of their names and addresses. Now, justice to be done must also be deaf to everything but the evidence. So this jury was also supposed to be deaf to the state's governor declaring Chauvin was actually guilty, deaf to their local council giving his family $27 million US, and deaf to Democrat congresswoman Maxine Waters telling protesters in Minneapolis to go in even harder if Chauvin was acquitted.
We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
Now, as I've explained here before, there was actually another side to this case. Floyd had an enlarged heart and had swallowed a fatal overdose of fentanyl. He cried, "I can't breathe," even before police wrestled him to the ground during an arrest and held a knee to his neck.
No, you take a seat. I can't choke. I can't breathe. Please.
Now, I don't know if Chauvin was innocent, or indeed whether the jury found him guilty simply out of sheer fear of the consequences. But no one can know if he got a fair trial either. No one. And that's the problem. No one can know that when so many people threatened violence if he walked free.